Hey, what's going on everybody? Jamie here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some of my favorite or most used or most helpful apps of 2021. So this is something that I try to do every year, as it's kind of cool to be able to go through the apps and see which ones I've used, which ones have kind of been impactful or helpful, and it allows me also to kind of look back year over year and see what apps I've stopped using or maybe what apps have come into the rotation and how things have changed over the course of time. So before we go ahead and start talking about the apps that I've been using, I kind of wanted to just take a few minutes to talk about the phone that I've been using, and that is the iPhone 13 Pro Max 512GB version in silver, which I kind of think looks a little bit more white than silver, but maybe that's just me. So this phone I upgraded to from the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I really enjoyed the max size. I like the screen real estate that it offers, and also with that comes a larger battery, which gives you some pretty good battery life. I can get maybe a day of usage, if not more, out of this phone, maybe even a day and a half, 2 days with minimal usage. And the cameras on this phone are actually pretty good as well. I really enjoy the cameras, and I also use the MagSafe feature that's built into the back of the phone. So the case that I've been using on my phone has been the official Apple silicone case in this nice navy or dark blue color. So I like this case because it offers protection all around the phone, including around the area where the speaker grill and charger ports are. It doesn't really slip out of the hand. It has this nice rubbery texture to it, and it's not too bulky, so it it slides in and out of the pocket pretty easily. It's not too thick. It doesn't make your phone too hard to hang on to, and it looks pretty good too. While it doesn't really offer as much protection as, say, an OtterBox case would, it's done the job pretty well since I've had it, and it's definitely a case that I would recommend. And lastly, for the charger that I've been using, I have been using the Apple MagSafe charger, which I've started using last year with my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I really like how you can just take your phone, even if it has the case on it, assuming it's one of the Apple cases or select third-party cases, you can just take the phone, plop it on the charger, and it just stays on there pretty well. It's held on really tight by magnets, and it's just really easy to use. So definitely a charger I'd recommend. So the first app in the list is the Reminders app, which is a native iOS app that comes bundled with any iOS device that you get, whether it be an iPhone, iPad, or even a device running macOS like a MacBook or Mac desktop. I really like Reminders because it's easy to use, it's integrated with all of your Apple products, so if you set a reminder on your phone, you can also get that reminder on your iPad. You can do it from your Apple Watch if you want to use Siri. And it's just a really nice app. It has all types of features that you might want to use, such as reminders at certain times, reminders in certain locations, and I really just like how it's baked into iOS, which is something that is pretty important to me. So the next app in the list is Calendars 5 by a company called Readle, and I really like Calendars 5 because it's a pretty full-featured calendar app. You can do all sorts of things with it. You can link multiple calendars from multiple sources like Google Calendar, an Exchange calendar, all types of calendars that you might have. It integrates with iOS reminders and iOS calendars as well, and it has a lot of features and is an app that I would highly recommend if you're looking for a way to manage your calendar, view your calendar in all different types of views like weekly, monthly, day view. And what's really cool about this app as well is that you can use natural language to create an event. So for example, you can say Jim's birthday party on April 3rd and set a time, and then once you hit enter and save the event, it'll automatically get added at the right date in the right time without you having to go in and manually set things. And this is one of the reasons I really like this app. It just makes it quick and easy to add events to your calendar, see what you're doing, and all of that sort of stuff. So up next in the list is a Reddit app that I've been using for a while now, and that is Apollo for Reddit. So Apollo was created by Christian Selig, and it's a really finely tuned Reddit app that offers a full-blown set of features that you can use to navigate through different subreddits, get your news, get information from different subreddits that you might be subscribed to, as well as search through a bunch of different posts, comments, things like that. And also, what's pretty cool about it is that you can use gesture-based navigation to do things like upvote or downvote posts, reply to comments, that sort of thing. So if you're looking for a great Reddit app that's fine-tuned, created by an indie developer, and offers a lot of features, I would highly recommend you check out Apollo. So coming up next in the list here is an application that I've been using also for a good number of years, and that is Tweetbot. So I really like Tweetbot, which is by a company called Tapbots, because it's a very finely tuned and kind of well-polished Twitter application that allows you to scroll through your timeline, scroll through lists, view user profiles, that sort of thing. And it also lets you use gesture-based navigation similar to Apollo for Reddit to view posts, reply to posts, that sort of thing. And what's also nice about Tweetbot too is that it doesn't have the advertisements that are baked in to the regular official Twitter client, so you don't have to worry about sponsored posts popping up or that sort of thing if that's not something you want to see. So if you're looking for a well-polished Twitter app, would highly recommend you check out Tweetbot. It's one of my favorite Twitter apps that I've been using for a long time. So the next app in the list is Heartwatch by a company called Tansisa, and this is an app that I've been using to keep track of the heart rate data that my Apple Watch records. So I really like the way that Heartwatch displays the data. As you can see here, it's a nice graph that kind of spans the course of the day, and you can scroll through it to see what your heart rate was at any given point in time. And it's actually color-coded too, so you can see if maybe you had an elevated heart rate at some point during the day, maybe a high heart rate, a low heart rate, that sort of thing. And you can also go through and view activity data, workout data, and much, much more. But I mainly just use Heartwatch for the heart rate tracking data and the cool graphs that they offer. So Heartwatch does sync with Apple's Health Kit, and you can actually go back and view historical data too on the calendar that they offer, which is really cool to be able to compare how your heart rate might have been, after you've been doing an exercise regimen or something like that. So definitely check it out if you're looking to keep track of your health and heart rate information. So as somebody who's played RuneScape for the past 10 plus years, and more recently over the past few years, Old School RuneScape Mobile is the next app in the list, and it is an app that I would highly recommend if you're interested in playing the game. So with Old School RuneScape Mobile, you can basically take the account that you played on the desktop and bring it with you on the go. So if you're maybe hanging out on the couch or on a bus or anywhere that you're not at your computer, you can continue to work on your RuneScape account. And you can use basically all of the same functionalities and features that you can use in the main game on the computer, just on the go. And as you can see here, the interface is nicely designed for tablet and mobile, so you can go ahead and do basically anything you can do in the main game right on your phone. So it's a great way to train your account, great way to keep tabs on things RuneScape if you're not near your computer, and it's also an app that I would highly recommend if you're looking for a great game to play on the go. So up next in the list is one of my favorite weather apps, and that is Dark Sky. So Dark Sky is really cool because it presents the data in this nice graphical format and lets you scroll through and select different data points that you want to see on this graph of times. So for example, you can see what the precipitation chance might be 3, 4, 5 hours from now. You can compare it to how it's going to be, earlier in the day, later on in the day, and you can scroll through and pick other data points as well, such as precipitation amount, precipitation chance, cloud coverage, and that sort of thing. And what's also nice about Dark Sky is that it incorporates weather radar, so you can actually play a radar image to see what the weather might look like in the future, as well as what it might look like now. So I really like Dark Sky, would highly recommend it. You can set notifications for various weather events and whatnot, and it's just a great overall weather app. So up next on the list is an app called Forflight, which is designed to help pilots with things like flight planning, navigation, and more. So this is an app that might be a little bit more niche out of the apps that I've picked here, but it's an app that I've been using pretty often since I got my private pilot's license back in May, and actually for around 3 or 4 years before that during my private pilot training. So Forflight allows you to view information about various airports, including what the weather is near those airports, as well as do things like flight planning, navigation, weight and balance, and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in taking flying lessons, or if maybe you already fly an airplane or other type of aircraft, I would definitely recommend you check out Forflight as it's an indispensable tool both in and out of the cockpit. So coming up next in the list is an app called GoodNotes, and this is an app that I mainly used with my iPad mini 5 in my Apple Pencil. And I used this to take notes while I was studying for my private pilot check ride, but it also can come in handy for a variety of different things. There are a bunch of different templates that you can use in terms of like paper, so you can use like notebook paper like you see here. They have blank paper, graph paper, and all sorts of templates that you can use for taking notes. And there are a bunch of different tools that you can use as well, like pencils, pens, highlighters, different colors, shape tools, things like that. And it really makes it a great tool for taking notes and sharing them amongst your devices. So you can separate your notes into different notebooks. You can put the notebooks into folders. And like you can see here, you can access your notes on both your iPad, your iPhone, etc. So if you're looking for an app to take notes, would definitely recommend you check out GoodNotes. So last but certainly not least is the Twitch app. And Twitch is an app that I use all the time, almost every day, to watch content from a bunch of different creators from a variety of categories, whether that be, old school RuneScape or Call of Duty, just chatting, makers and crafting. If you're looking for some content, chances are you'll be able to find it on Twitch. And actually, I've actually started streaming on Twitch, here and there, not too often, but every once in a while I'll stream on Twitch, so feel free to follow me at TCJamie on Twitch. But if you're looking for a great place to kind of join a community and hang out with people who have the same interests as you, would definitely recommend you check out Twitch, where you can watch all sorts of content. And there you have it. Those are some of my favorite apps of 2021. So I just wanted to take this time to say thank you to everybody for watching my content over the past year and beyond. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting. It's been really great to hear from everybody, and I hope everybody has a happy, healthy, and safe 2022.